Hey everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another spoiler-free reading vlog. And this idea I kind of just thought up on a whim and just pressed record, so bear with me if I don't quite know the ins and outs of how today's video is going to go. And we are just going to wait for a second because what is that sun doing? I often get questions of how I read so much, and whilst I am blessed to be able to have a lot of free time, it is also about getting that reading in the little snippets throughout the day where you could be doom scrolling or listening to music. I'd put on an audiobook. So I'm going to bring you along with me for a few days in my life, and I'm going to show you every time I pick up my book when I could have just been doom scrolling or listening to music, or I don't know. We're going to go through a few days and we're going to see the little bits that really add up to how I'm able to read so much. Like I said, thought of this video 5 minutes ago, ran upstairs and pressed record, so please bear with me today. But today is Tuesday and I have the day off. It is currently 12:30 and I need to tidy my room. So while I do that, we're going to do some spring cleaning and some like chore bits. I'm going to listen to an audiobook. Some people would put music on, and if you love that, great. But if you're looking to up how much you can read, this is the perfect time to put an audiobook on. I am using Libby, which is free with a library card, and I am reading Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I am currently about 40% of the way in. I am on page 154, and for the next hour or so I'm going to listen to the audiobook. I'm listening to it on 1.65 speed. I'm really enjoying this. I think thrillers are perfect to listen to because they're so fast paced, you can get really into them, and this is the perfect type of book to listen to, honestly. And yeah, I'm just going to tidy my room, do some spring cleaning, and we'll probably get like 80-ish pages read. And that is a perfect example of how I get some more reading in throughout my day. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I gotta do, and I will let you know how much I end up reading. So it has been just under 2 hours and I have been listening to Local Woman Missing. I'm now on page 273, so I've got less than 100 pages left of this book. I'm really enjoying this so far. This is so good. There's so many twists and turns and everything is just about starting to add up right now, so I'm gonna get a lot more things being wrapped up in the final few pages. I need to edit a YouTube video now. I've got a like how much I read in a week reading vlog to edit and upload for later today. It needs to be up in 4 hours, so I'm gonna have to stop reading for a bit because I'm gonna have to get that done. I will listen to some more while all the clips are like transferred from my camera to my computer. I won't be able to update you guys until the edit's done because I need this camera plugged into my PC, but that is what I'm going to spend the next few hours doing, and we'll see. I'll probably only listen to like 20 minutes or so because then I'm going to be in editing mode, but I do plan on finishing this today because it's my day off. I want to get this book done. It's also really good and I want to see how it wraps up. Overall, we're making good time today. So it's been about an hour and I finished editing my video. Now it just needs to sit, processed, upload, so I don't need to do anything. It will do that on its own. So I am going to take the dogs out in the garden. I don't want them to hear me, they're downstairs, and we are going to play. So I'm going to listen to my audiobook while I do that. I have about 60 pages left, so I'm going to see how it all wraps up. And then I'll obviously let you know what I end up rating it, and we will pick out a new book to listen to because I have a bunch of like things to upload on Vinted and stuff like that, which is very like a menial task, a brain off task, so I can listen to an audiobook while I do it. But I want to finish my first book before I can even think about what to read next. So it has just gone 5 in the evening and I have finished up Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica, and I'm going to rate this book 4 stars. I can't believe I didn't read this sooner because I feel like this is one of the BookTok thrillers. I feel like I've seen this all over the internet for years and I can't believe I didn't pick it up sooner because it is everything I want in a thriller. It was fast paced, there were plot twists, but the plot twists made sense. It all came together in the end. There was so much suspense. It kept me hooked from start to finish. So much good. I would absolutely recommend. I had such a fun time. So I'm not going to keep like complete track of all my stats for this video, but I think that was round about 170 pages. So a pretty good day so far, because we're not finishing here. I'm going to get some more reading done. I don't know what I want to listen to next, or if I want to read a physical book. I honestly don't know what I'm in the mood for. I'm gonna take a break for a bit to like digest the ending of this book, and then whenever I pick up something else, I'll let you know. So I have ended up picking up the full cast audio for The Haunted House on Hollow Hill. This is, well, if you're not new to my channel, you will already know this series will need no introduction. This is the Skullduggery Pleasant series by Derek Landy. I started reading these books when I was a child, and I've loved them so much. They're my favourite comfort series of all time, and I have continued reading them throughout adulthood. This is one of the recent releases. It was originally like a podcast story, and it's been made into a paperback book, but I'm listening to the audiobook because it's the full cast that did the podcast originally, and I'm having such a good time. I'm already like, I'd say 30% of the way. It's only 230 pages. I'll probably end up listening to the entire thing today, actually. It is like 7 p.m. right now, and I have a bunch of books that I've unhauled that I'm going to put on Vinted. A bunch of them are going to the charity shop, but ones that are in new condition, like I either never read or I listened to the audio and never physically read the book, I'm going to put them up on Vinted. So that's going to take me a little bit of time. It's kind of a tedious thing. So of course, to make things more interesting, we've got the audio. This is what I mean when I say any second I can fit reading into my day, I will. A lot of it is audio, but also like when I'm making the queue for 5 minutes, I've got the Kindle app on my phone. If you don't want to bring a physical book or your Kindle out with you, get the Kindle app on your phone. It is free. You can have access to all the books you would have on your Kindle on your phone, and that way instead of doom scrolling, you can read a few pages. It is a game changer. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to this. I've got like maybe 30 books to put up, so it might take a little while, and we'll see how far I get in. It is now the next day. I did a lot more reading actually yesterday, but I didn't update you, so let's talk about it. First up, I finished off The Haunted House on Hollow Hill, and I rated this 4 stars. I would absolutely recommend, if you're a fan of this series, to listen to the audiobook. It's full cast, it's got sound effects, it's got emotions, it is so immersive. It felt like a movie playing out in my mind. It was so funny. The wit throughout the first few books in the series has absolutely carried through even into these like side books. It was so fun, immersive, and just like a little story wrapped up into one book. Like a side quest the characters went on. So many funny and unique characters in this book. Such a fun time, and one I would absolutely recommend if you're a fan of this series. And if you're not a fan yet, get to know. My favourite series ever. So good, so fun. Anyway, I enjoyed that so much that I didn't realise there was actually a second side quest book that was originally a podcast and is now a book, so I listened to that as well. This is called A Small Matter of Impending Catastrophe. It was 240 pages, and I rated this one 4 stars as well. Another one where our main characters go on a side quest and meet some very fun, interesting characters. This one made me laugh out loud. So funny, so unique. The humour in these books, the books are set in Ireland, and my sarcasm and humour was based on reading these books when I grow up. Like, these books are my humour. They formed how I make jokes. Like, it is so good, so funny and entertaining on another level for me. I love it so much and would recommend to anyone and everyone. So overall, I listened to over 500 pages yesterday, and I still did a complete clean out of my room. I still ate, I showered, I took the dogs out. I did have a very like slow day yesterday, but I still had tasks that I got done whilst reading. This is what I mean by I fit reading into every little aspect of my life. Like, cleaning my room took nearly 2 hours. I was doing like a full spring clean, clear out, declutter. I could have been listening to music, but I prefer an audiobook over music, so I finished over 100 pages of a book while I was doing that, when most people wouldn't maybe think to pick up an audiobook. That is why I love audiobooks so much. Audiobooks absolutely count as reading. I'm the #1 lover, defender, obsessed. Like, I will listen to audiobooks all the time, and sometimes I don't even say, like, in my reviews if it was audio or physical reading, because they both count. It doesn't matter how you're consuming your books, you're consuming them, you're understanding the stories, it's reading. Let's move on. So I have a 13-hour night shift tonight. I would like to get some reading done before, obviously I'm going to have to go to sleep in the afternoon. I would like to get some reading done before that. So I'm gonna go take the dogs out in the garden, and I would like to get some reading done on my Kindle. I'm 45% of the way through Heavy by M.L. Burns. I read the first 45% in my last reading vlog, which was like how much I read in a week, so if you do want to see that, shameless plug, but I would like to continue it because I'm having a really good time. But of course I'm going to have an audiobook on the go, and this always happens whenever I read a new installment of the Skulduggery Go Pleasant series. I get complete nostalgia, and I don't want it to end there because the wit and humour and uplifting vibes it gives me is like nothing else. So for my audiobook, I'm reading A Mind Full of Murder. Now this is actually book 16 in the series, but after book 15 he stopped writing for a few years because we thought that was going to be the end of the series, and then we have a time jump. So it makes sense to me to read this. I've reread the other books like over 10 times, so I remember everything, but I'd like to read, like, there's only this one and one more full novel that is currently out, so I would like to do a reread, and that is what I'm going to listen to on audio. And then obviously I usually get a lot of reading done on my night shifts. It does depend on how busy I end up being, if anything happens, but a lot of what I do in my night shifts is stuff that I can also listen to an audiobook. See, this is what I mean. Like making lunch for the next day, doing washing, checking through bags to make sure everything's there. I'm listening to an audiobook while I'm doing it, and I'm getting my reading in. So I don't know if I'm going to bring my camera along with me. Usually I do not, but we will see if I gain the confidence to do so, and maybe I can show you throughout the night how I am able to fit little bits of reading in and up my page count and stuff like that. But we'll just see how today goes, and I will just let you know how much I end up reading, really. Okay, I'm gonna go get the dogs, take them out, and get some reading done. So it's been a few hours since I last spoke to you, and I'm making my way through A Mind Full of Murder. I'm now on page 120, and even though this is a newer release, it came out I think 2 years ago, 2024. Reading these characters still feels so nostalgic. It feels like I'm a kid again reading this world. It will never get old. I will never have enough of these characters. They shape my personality in a way that is undescribable. Always have a special place in my heart. Like, if I wasn't a fan as a kid, would I enjoy these books as much? Probably not. I would still find them very funny, but I wouldn't have the attachment that I do. So I would recommend the series to everyone, but you might not get the feeling I'm feeling if you didn't read these as a kid. If you did read them as a kid, go like continue where you left off, have a reread. If you've never read them before, still read them. Like, I think this is a series for absolutely everyone. Anyway, all that to say, I'm on page 120, having a really good time. It is currently like 1:30ish right now, so what I'm gonna do is, when I know I need to sleep in the day for a night shift, it takes me like a good hour or so of like laying in bed chilling before I'm ready to sleep. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna have a little snack, then I'm gonna chill in bed for like an hour or so, just scroll, play games on my phone, and listen to some more of this while I do. Then I will fall asleep. I'm gonna get up at 7 PM. I'm going to have some dinner, have a shower, get ready for work, and then I start work at 9 PM. So I'm going to get another hour or so of audiobooking in right now. I will probably listen to something while I eat and shower, and then once I get to work, it all depends on how the night is going to go. It depends on how much like stuff I have to do and whether or not those things can be done with an audiobook or whether it requires my concentration. For example, reading through notes, I can't listen to an audiobook because I need to pay attention. Doing some loads of laundry, audiobook's going on, you know? It all just depends on what what my night is gonna look like, and I will either update you throughout the night if I take my camera. I've never done that before, so I'm quite nervous. It's more like self-conscious than anything. Like, I can do that, but do I want to is the real question. So if I don't, then I'll obviously update you when I get home. But those are my plans. So I guess I'll speak to you like just before I go to work and let you know what I managed to read before I fell asleep. And we'll just see how it goes. I've never filmed a video like this before. Normally I'm updating throughout the day, but I'm not explaining how I'm fitting the reading in. So bear with me. But if this is something you guys are enjoying, I'm really enjoying it. So I might end up making this like a little, not a series, but like I might film more videos like this. Because I'm having a lot of fun. But just let me know, because if you don't want me to, then I won't. Anyway, all that yapping, I'm gonna go read, I'm gonna go sleep, and I'll talk to you later. I made it to page 179 before I fell asleep. Now I am awake. I have some cheesy pasta and meatballs here, and I'm going to listen to a little bit more where I eat that and get ready. I don't think I'll be able to listen to too much more before I go to work, because I don't have much time left before I go to work, but I'll see if I can get a little bit more done. So I made it to page 235, and I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about what my shift is going to look like. So I work from 9 PM till between 9:30 and 10, depending on traffic, to get back to the house that I work at. I work as a carer for a child with a lot of complex needs and a lot of medical complex needs. So throughout the night, I go in to do hourly checks. I have a monitor though, I'm watching 24/7 anyway. But I go in to do hourly checks, and they can vary from a couple of minutes to like 15 minutes, depending on what needs to be done. Obviously, if the child wakes up early, then I'm not going to be reading. I'm going to be with them. So that depends on it as well. Obviously, I'm there for if anything goes wrong. Hopefully nothing will, but if anything does, I obviously won't be reading. I've got other priorities. But if the night goes well and they sleep for like 9-10 hours, then however long the checks take is really the only thing that I'm doing where I can't be reading. I'm updating notes as I go when I won't be listening to audiobooks, but like I have said before, I will do washing overnight. Audiobooks are on. I go through their bags, I make their lunch for the day, audiobooks going on. From like 7 AM onwards, I'm not doing any reading. I'm getting them ready for the day. I'm doing meds. I am taking them to school. So it's all going to depend on how the night goes. Every night looks a little bit different, but I do tend to get at least like a good few hours of reading. Taking out all the like checks and stuff, it's still a good few hours of reading, and I'm definitely going to finish this book. That is my goal for the night, is to finish off this book. I've got like 200 pages left to read, and that is roundabout, that seems doable to me. Unless something drastic happens, 200 pages I will definitely be able to listen to while I do my things. I am going to take the camera in my bag. It's all going to depend on my confidence for if I can actually record myself at work, because yeah, that sounds like something that would embarrass me a bit, to be honest. But I'm going to bring you guys along, so we'll see if I get any actual clips of me talking or not. We'll just see how the night goes. So I'm at work. It is about 9:30, so I've got about half an hour before I need to really do anything next. So I'm going to get some reading in. I'm definitely going to be able to finish this tonight. I am having a great time rereading my comfort series, so a good night. So it is about 11:30 and I have 100 pages left of A Mindful of Murder. I will be rating this book 5 stars. All the books in the series are 5 stars, whether it's because they are masterpieces or because the nostalgia makes it so amazing. I'll leave that up to you to decide. But I did also bring the next book with me. This is A Heart Full of Hatred, and this is the final full-length novel that's currently out. The next one, and I think maybe the final one, will be coming out later this year. These are the first 2 books in like the, is this phase 4 trilogy? It's all one series, but there's different phases. There's time jumps between the phases. There's also like the author took breaks between the phases. So I will let you know what time I end up finishing this one, and then if I want to continue with a new audiobook, I will start A Heart Full of Hatred. I also brought my Kindle with me, so I could do some reading on that. overall so far it's been a very peaceful night and I'm having a good time with what I'm reading. So it's just gone 1 AM and I finished my book. I'm, like I said, gonna rate this 5 stars. Really good, really fun. I have some things to do and I want to have a little break before starting a new audiobook. So I am actually gonna, I think, put some YouTube on. This is the time I could be reading, but for once I'm actually not gonna. I have a little bit of time to digest the ending, even though I have read this book before. And then once I've done what I've got to get done, I think I'm going to pick up Heavy by ML Burns. I'm on page 219 and it's on Kindle Unlimited, and the second book is also out, so I have them both downloaded. I definitely won't finish this. I'm on chapter 21 and I'm really enjoying it so far, so I think that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my, I'd say, evening, but it's now technically the early hours of the morning. So yeah, how tired I get will depend on how long I read on my Kindle for because I don't want to give myself a headache, but I'll let you know how much I end up reading, obviously. I don't know when I'm next going to talk to you. I guess you guys will find out in a second. Hello, it has been a while since I spoke to you. I think I spoke to you at like 1 AM. It is now 7 PM and I've just woken up. I did some more reading while I was at work, but I thought for my first time taking my camera to work, I did well enough doing a few clips. I didn't want to push my confidence, so I thought I'd update you now that I'm back. I did actually film a like how much I read on a night shift for my TikTok, so I do actually have some timestamps of how much I read and when I read it, which is good for this video. Let me put this up. So once I finished A Mindful of Murder, I think that's when I last spoke to you. I then of course went in with the next book in the series, which I will be finishing tonight as well. I started this at 2 AM. This is A Heart Full of Hatred by Derek Landy. And then by 5 AM I was on page 166 and I ended at page 246 at 7 AM. So I read again like 500 pages yesterday, which is absolutely crazy. I think I did myself dirty here with only continuing this series with the final 2 books that are out, because I'm absolutely going to finish this on my night shift tonight, and then what the hell do I read? I feel like I'm not ready to be done with this world again yet. Like, I don't know what I want to do. What do I want to do? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'll bring the camera again, but like, what books do I take with me? I'm gonna have a look at my shelves. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I figured it out. This is the Skullduggery Pleasant Grimoire? I don't know how to pronounce it still. And it's basically just like a bunch of lore and added information from the first 15 books. So I think I'm going to take these 2 books with me today to listen to. I've also got my Kindle. I didn't end up doing any physical reading yesterday because I was just so sucked into this world that I just had to continue with this because I love this series so much. If you're not new to the channel, this will be no surprise for you. Anytime I read a book from this series, I do end up going on like a reread of at least a couple. So I'm going to take these in my bag with me, and then I'm also going to take my Kindle because I do want to do some physical reading today, but I also wanted to do that yesterday, and then I just caught up in the world of Skullduggery Pleasant. So what I'm going to do now is, like I said, it's 7. It's actually like nearly 7:30. I am going to get ready for work, obviously, and then I'm going to make something to eat. I actually have leftovers to reheat, which is perfect. I'm going to listen to my audiobook whilst I do that, and then I'm actually going into work about half an hour early today because I'm doing like a supervision thing. So I will be leaving. I'll be getting to work at like 8:30, and then probably, depending on how the night goes, from 10 PM onwards, other than, you know, all the checks and stuff I explained yesterday, we will have quite a few hours to get some reading done. I'm going to bring my camera with me, so we'll see how the night goes together, because like I said, every night shift is different. It's all very unique, and I love my job, if you couldn't tell. So I'll see you later. So it's 11 PM and I have about 100 pages left of A Heart Full of Hatred. I will say the second night shift is always so much easier than the first, because I literally come home and I slept all day, so I've had basically a full night's sleep, whereas on the first night shift I obviously get up for my day and then try and have a nap and then go in overnight. I literally didn't wake up till an early 7 p.m. today, so I've just woken up. I can do this day easy. And then I'm off for nearly 2 weeks because I'm going away. But anyway, that's not the point of this vlog. The point is I'll probably end up finishing this around about 1 a.m. again, like when I finished Mindful of Murder last night. And then I brought the grimoire with me, but I also brought my Kindle. I don't know. I'll let you know what time I finish this, but it will absolutely be 5 stars anyway, so. I'm now home from work. I didn't end up updating you guys, but I did end up reading a lot, so let's talk about it. First up, I of course finished A Heart Full of Hatred, 5 stars. I actually forgot a couple of things that happened in this one because I've only read this one once before because it's the latest release. I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm so upset, but I loved it. It was really good, it was really fun, and yeah, I wasn't ready to leave this world again when I'd only just joined it again so soon. So I did end up picking up the grimoire. I still don't know how to pronounce that word, but I got about 200 pages in. Having such a good time. It's so fun. This one's so detailed, and so like even the pages are detailed. There's like comic strips. There's, if I could stop on a page. Are we gonna find one? Oh my god, that's so annoying. Like, yeah, comic strips. There we go, there's one. There's like loads of images and it's just really, really fun. And the audiobook is so unique and so good. I'd really recommend the audio of this. So immersive, so much fun. We've got all the like full cast in here going on and I just am really enjoying it. The camera could just fall just then. Yeah, that would be great. I need to go to bed now. It's like 10 a.m. I'm ready for some sleep. And I also think this is where we're going to leave today's video. This was kind of a different one and it's probably like the vlog that's lasted the least amount of days I've ever done. We only really vlogged over 3 days, but I've had a lot of talking to do and I was winging this as I went along with it. I just wanted to show you guys how I managed to work. Some weeks I work full-time, some weeks I work more than full-time, some weeks I work a little less, and I still manage to read so much. It really is about fitting little 5 minutes, 10-minute snippets here and there. It all really does add up. As you can see, I read over 500 pages the first 2 days, and I think I read nearly 400 on our 3rd day. Like it, and I still was working. I know I'm very privileged to have such a unique job where I can read a lot. But like on my days off as well, I was still managing to read so much. Anyway, I've got to go to bed, so I am going to end this here. If you'd like to see more from me, please be sure to like and subscribe as I do post every single week. And let me know if you like this video and if you'd like to see more videos like this. I can absolutely do this again because I had so much fun. I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you in another video. Bye!